Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Joseph Beth Booksellers, where we are talking about a brand new book that is coming out over the weekend, and it's called How to Be a Bourbon. I'm just going to say a Bourbon BA. Is that okay, Linda?
That's completely fine with me. I know it's not always politically correct, but, it grabs people's attention.
It does, and I love what you've done with this. How have you become a Bourbon BA yourself, my dear?
Well, part of it, first of all, I never say that I'm an expert on bourbon by any means. I'm an expert on my journey with bourbon, and this book is all about people taking that path and starting to become an expert on their bourbon journey. So I started this about 4 years ago. I started a group called the Whiskey Chicks, and it was all about meeting women who had nothing to do with my work, my spouse, or my kids. Mm-hmm. And out of that, I have been granted the privilege of meeting a lot of people in the industry, experiencing bourbon at many of the distilleries in the state, and even a lot of spirits outside of here. And so I kind of brought all of that together in a book, and so I'm excited to share that with folks.
You remember the day where just men drank bourbon? It is not like that anymore.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, what I found is that women really want to know about bourbon. They want to drink bourbon. There's a lot of women out there that are passionate about bourbon, but a lot of times, a lot of the events are very geared towards men. And also, they can be a little bit intimidating. They've got a lot of questions, and you're not sure who to ask or how to ask them. And that's really what I've tried to do here, is really break it down into basics to show people how to get a little bit of information about bourbon so that you can be confident. And a lot of that, and that's part of where the title comes from, is that confidence that comes from understanding a little bit more about bourbon. So when you go to a bar, you're a little more confident about asking what you like, asking for what you want, knowing why you want it, and just being out there and try to experiment a little bit.
Now, in the book, you've got everything from recipes, from brownies to drinks and things like that. So this is a good little informational piece for folks as well.
Exactly. So we've got history about bourbon. There's basics about bourbon. There's simple ways you can incorporate bourbon into your cocktails, into your meals. And then at the last part is I actually wrap it up with a lot of people in the industry that people don't always know about. Some of those unsung heroes out there that had to start their journey somewhere and are bourbon badasses today.
Love it. All right. You can check out her book, How to Be a Bourbon BA. They have it here of Joseph Beth coming up this weekend. April 1st is the release date. Coming up at 4:50, we are making some goodies. What's on the menu?
We're going to make a caramel apple cranberry brie with a little bit of bourbon in it, of course.
Imagine that. That's coming up at 4:50. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you.